welcome. I'm from Germany and I'm going to show you my Epiphone Les Paul Gothic Studio. I bought this guitar secondhand like 8 years ago after I accidentally started playing guitar on a fake Stratocaster. Today this guitar costs like 300 euros, which is 100 euros less than back then, so it's fairly cheap. The reason why I bought this guitar is that look, I'm really into Les Paul guitars and I like black guitars, obviously, so this all black satin guitar fits my needs well. But what really catched my eyes was the Romean 12 on the 12th fret, which looks much cooler than the usual markers on the fretboard. So even though I bought this guitar by its looks and not by its sounds, it's still my main guitar, which probably is because a real Gibson, the big sister, is a whole new price level. But as usual is the Epiphone Les Paul pretty similar to the Gibson Les Paul. The body is of mahogany and as far as I can tell not weight relieved, so it's quite heavy. The guitar got the usual 3-way toggle and 2-tone and 2 volume potentiometers for the 2 humbuckers. Speaking of the humbuckers, I should add that my bridge pickup got replaced by a Seymour Duncan before I bought it, so I do not exactly know the specs of it, but I really like the sound. The neck pickups should be the original and as far as I can tell an Alnico humbucker, which I rarely use. The neck is of mahogany and glued to the body. It got a nut width of 1.68 inch and a scale of 24.75 inch with the typical 22 frets. The tuners are black metal groovers, which work fine for me. I'm used to regularly tune my guitar. Right now I'm using a pair of Elixir strings with nano webs and I dropped my guitar to drop B. As maybe noticed, I modified the 13th fret to reduce the air resistance when playing extremely fast, which comes in handy when playing with the speed of sound, which happens approximately by hammering a metal solo 6-inch note on over 100,000 beats per minute. You might wonder how it works, but it's fairly simple. The hole allows the air to escape rather than face the plane surface directly and create resistance. To professionally install such a feature to your fretboard, you preferably try to start learning knife throwing at a young age in your room near your guitar. By trying to hit the target, the knife will rotate and eventually pass the guitar in such a fashion that it applies the modification to your fretboard pretty much instantly. This is sadly a true story, but I was once told by a guy I gave my guitar to fix my intonation that the damage, which does not really affect playability, adds to the character of the guitar, but I still think it mainly adds a hole in the fretboard. To show you how it sounds, I run the signal through an audio interface and into Guitar Rig 5, which I happen to got for free for purchasing the audio interface. Normally I would then bypass the cabinet and set the output to my 100-watt acoustic amplifier, which I got in need to fight a drum set in a closed space a long time ago. And by then using setting from FreeRed C, links in the description, gives some decent tone. But since I need a digital recording and I got neither appropriate amplifier nor appropriate microphone to mic it, I stick to the virtual cabinet for now. I figured I'd keep the guitar rig setting simple and should show off behind me where I build up my rig. Let's start off with some high gain stuff. I took my Boss MT2 pedal for some distortion and the Hot Solo Plus from Guitar Rig for some decent drive. I think the natural thicker sound of the Les Paul sounds great when rolling back the bass and boosting the mids and highs a little bit, so it adds some edge. It results in a thick, heavy distorted tone. It might even sound better if my improvisation wouldn't suck as it does. Let's play some teachers for some lead tones. To showcase the guitar more completely, I decided to switch to the neck pickup, which I rarely use as I said before, and I played something. The pole mutes are nice, but all in all it's quite too much gain at this point. So let's back off the gain and get some more British rock tone. That's the general direction I think my guitar sounds best. I used the Citrus with some gain and used my Boss Os 2 just to boost it. I took off the pedal, but unfortunately I forgot to switch to the neck pickup, but I think the Seymour Duncan did a pretty good job here. Backing out the gain even more and do some melody stuff sounds like this. Last but not least, I chose the Van 51 for the clean sounds and did some pop-like major chord progression. To get at least some decent tunes, I decided to play apart from Sentenced, a Finnish band I like a lot, and I compared to the neck and the bridge pickup and both of them. So you know how the guitar sounds now. I try to create a verdict and ramble about the guitar. So first of all, I think you can get some decent sounds. But this said, I never played more expensive guitars or real Gibson guitars, so I'm kind of judging of how it sounds in the mix and at the end. And I think you can get some decent sounds of it if you try, but obviously a real Gibson guitar sounds much better. But even this does only mean that it does not match the sound I know and hear from Gibson guitars, and this could be absolutely my fault. If you play a lot in the high gain range, I think you can get quite happy with this guitar, as I do, especially if you use effect pedals, which have the tendency to let the guitars sound quite similar. To me, I feel the clean sounds are not that impressive, but I rarely use them, and it might be even this that I don't use it and could bring it to life for you. So sound-wise, you might just enter a shop and get the guitar, play a little, hear how it sounds, and decide then. The guitar itself feels and plays very good. As I mentioned before, I started on a fake Stratocaster, which is a $50 discount guitar, and feels absolutely shitty. I recently got it back to life and tried to fix the guitar, but it just feels not good when playing. It's awful. So I appreciated that the neck and the frets are all smooth and play nicely. About the quality of the guitar, I think it's pretty damn good. I abused the guitar a lot in my busy days and it held up very well. I had to fix the electronics since the plug-in got a contact default, but since then everything's fine. And since I stopped stepping on the cable and violently unplugged the guitar, I'm fine. So all in all, I think it's worth its money, and I bought it secondhand stuff. I have no problems with secondhand stuff. I got a lot other secondhand stuff music-wise, and I got a lot of cheap stuff. All I'm pretty much interested in is the performance. That's most important to me. So as long as it performs good, I'm fine with it. At the end of the day, I want to have fun with my guitar, and I have fun with my guitar. I like to record and get some songs together just for the fun of it and to enjoy myself with my friends and all that. If you're seriously playing in a band, you might want to invest into a better guitar, and you obviously want to invest into a better amplifier than I have, which I have pretty much no decent amplifier. I decided to get an audio interface, and Guitar Rig 5 for free is more efficient than buying an amplifier, which I couldn't even record anyways, since I would have not an audio interface anyway. So my final verdict is this guitar is absolutely price efficient. If you're a beginner, you will have a lot of fun with this guitar. If you are a professional or something, you will probably not watch this review anyways. Especially when you like how it looks. Get into a guitar shop, try it, eventually buy it. But whatever you decide, enjoy yourself making music. Goodbye.